going to share something with you. That might put me in a very negative light, yeah.
Relationships are not my forte.
See if someone grabbed up my wife or something completely different ballgame.
I'll walk away from here, and this has been like a therapy session.
This is KUGAN CASSIUS Rifle TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. It's weighing day. I'm joined by Harley Benn. How are you, mate, first of all?
I'm feeling very, very good, mate. How are you?
Very Dubai, that chain you've got on now.
Yeah, I'm going to be called Mr. Dubai after this fight.
Okay, we'll come on to that. So you've done your kind of official weighing.
Yeah.
What they say is the ceremonial weighing will occur in a few hours here, just literally outside the Coca-Cola Arena. But everything gone well for you in terms of weight?
Absolutely spot on. I came in, my opponent normally weighs in at welter. We both had to weigh in at 155 for this. I weighed in just under 155. He weighed in just over. So, I have not done a cut or just stuck to my diet the whole camp. I feel better than ever. I really do.
Let's talk about the card as a whole, because I think looking at the card, and I've known you've been on the bill for like a few weeks or whatever, and when you look at the card and you think Floyd Mayweather's fighting what is termed as an influencer in Deji, etc. Your fight, I think, is the only like legitimate boxer versus boxer fight on the card. So, but you're in it to fight boxers. You're not in it to kind of be part of that kind of influencer scene.
Well, I'll fight anyone. Yes, it is. You're right. It is. I believe it is the only boxer fight on the show. Faizan Anwar's 14-0 as a pro. I'm 9-1 as a pro. This isn't. He's not an influencer. I'm not an influencer. So yeah, I'm taking pride in knowing that it is the only boxer versus boxer, but I'm taking nothing away from the other guys that are doing this, because I think some people are against this influencer boxing. I'm really not. The reason being, it's because they're bringing more eyes, more revenue, everything to the sport, which they are. You can't say they're not, because numbers don't lie, and I've heard some amazing numbers from influencer boxing shows and whatnot. But this card especially, it's nice too. I think there should have been a couple more boxers on there, as well as the influencers and whatnot. But it's going to be a great night, I believe. I think we could be looking at a potential fight of the night between me and Faizan. I've been saying all week that I'm going to cause an upset, and a lot of people, I've had about 10 people say to me, I don't think it's an upset if you win. I've had a lot of people say that, and now I don't believe it is an upset. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to perform, and there's not a lot of footage on me online in the past 4 years of me fighting. So people are judging me, and on 4 years ago, 5 years ago, I took a loss to Lee Hallett. I own that, I own that. I'm the only person he's beat, and I own that. I don't feel any type of way about that. I've had not one amateur fight, not one unlicensed fight, not one white collar fight. I blagged myself into the pros. I got there and I've worked my arse off. And I'm going to show that Sunday.
What's changed since that night in Stevenage, wasn't it?
I realised what it takes to be a boxer, and if I'm being completely honest with yourself and all the boxing fans, I'll probably get a little bit. I didn't live the life of a boxer back then. I got quite a lot of hype quite early and thought, this is easy. My first however many fights are sort of not breezed, but I thought, this is all right. I'd never had a southpaw before. Faizan is also a southpaw, but I'd never had a southpaw up until Lee Hallett, and I wasn't really in a training camp or this and that, so I just kind of winged it because of his record. Didn't watch much of him. So this is what taught me that records mean nothing. For example, look at Kiko Martinez. Do you know what I mean? People try to use him as a stepping stone, and he knocks people out. Records to me do not mean anything. Faizan's got more pressure on him. He's got an O. He's still got his O for now. So it will be... it is going to... On paper, when I win, it is an upset. On paper. But being around the hotel, and I'm saying to me, oh, I'm going to try my best to cause an upset. You know, people are saying to me, it probably isn't an upset. I've watched him fight, and he's very technically good. I'm not taking anything away from him. I respect every fighter that gets in the ring, but I don't think he's man enough for me. In the sense of, I've seen him when the going gets tough, and he don't want to know. He's complaining to the ref for things that are completely legal, and in many fights I've seen the ref tell him to get on with it. I'm going to be rough in there, KUGAN. I'm going to be rough. I'm going to outman him, and the best man will win on the night.
I think what people don't really realise as well, the expectations of your last name being, when you turn professional, again, a drawing point to that. It's not just you, it's the same with your brother Connor, it's the same with Campbell Hatton, it's the same with years ago Chris Eubank Jr. Everyone with that last name, there is a certain, Tommy Fury, same thing, slight expectation for those people. Right, let's see what they can do, because their dads, their brothers, etc. can do it. So that expectation is already put onto you, that pressure is already put onto you before you go in the ring.
I'll be honest with you, fuck the expectations, because I'm my own man, and the only person I have stuff to prove to is myself. I've come a long, long way. KUGAN, I've lived a dark life, a dark, dark life. My mum's brought me up amazingly. I went down a path off my own back. I didn't start boxing until I was about 19. First time I put a pair of gloves on was 19, I'm 26. First 2 years, I weren't even sparring. But in regards to the expectations, I don't care about them. I did care about them, but now I don't. I'm a man, and the only people I want to make proud is my family, my loved ones, and myself. People are going to have the expectations because of the surname. Firstly, if you've watched me, you'll realise I have a different style to Connor and my brother. I like to box a lot. I like to do neat work, and I like to box a lot. I carry power, that's a given. I've only got one knockout on my record, and I believe that's because I haven't actually fought as a man yet. I had a 3-year layoff, came back, fought a journeyman, and all I wanted to do was get the win. I made it a very boring fight. I kept him on the end of my jab, and now I'm fighting. I've never fought a prospect before, so I think that's going to be good for me. He's gonna come, he's gonna come to fight, he's gonna come to win, and I believe he's gonna open up, and I'll be able to show people what I can do. But I'm nowhere near where I need to be. I'd probably say I am 25 to 30% of the Harley Benn that I can be. Just watch me over the next few years.
Let's talk about the week as a whole, because it's been a little bit chaotic at times. It's been a little bit here and there in terms of the personalities on the bill, including Floyd, and was at that press conference the other day where there was a lot going on at the public workout where you and Faizan were kind of a little bit of back and forth. So it has been a little bit of a chaotic week, but you've kind of handled it quite well, I think. Yeah,
listen, I've dealt with pressure my whole life, out of the ring, out of boxing, everywhere. I believe I perform better under pressure. I'm fighting on a massive stage. Don't get me wrong, the Stevenage was a big stage, but it's Stevenage in the UK. I'm fighting on the Coca-Cola Arena under the greatest of all time, and it's not even an opinion; it's a fact. He's a GOAT. But the pressure, the week. I don't know who Faizan's babysitter is, but he's got a babysitter walking around with him that's really annoyed and really angry, just at everything and everyone. I think it's a sign of nerves. Faizan, yeah, we had a coming together on camera. I promise you now, off of camera, when he was on his own, when I saw him at the press conference, legs doing all this, head down, that was, I don't know what he was doing. The minute his babysitter and his friend got here, you're dumb, you silly man. I was like, bro, drop me out, because a minute ago you was looking at the floor, and then you decided to, I think he went to look up and then realised, oh no, Harley's in the building, not looking up, let me stare at the floor. So it's for the cameras, which I completely understand. I just see him a minute ago, he wanted no interaction. See me, I'm the same on camera as I am off of camera. If me and Faizan get into it on camera, I'll be more than happy to get into it with him off of camera. He's not like that. I'm actually not gonna sit here and say that he's a horrible person, this or that. I respect any fighter that gets in the ring. He hasn't abused me, I haven't abused him. We had a come in together, we locked eyes for the first time, and it went off. But it's going to go off even more on Sunday.
Okay, well, we got the official weigh-in's actually happened, so it's what we call the ceremonial weigh-in will take place in a few hours at the outside the arena here, to be fair. And yeah, and then tomorrow night, Sunday night boxing. Yeah, it's on. It's your time to shine.
It is indeed. It is my time. I've waited a long time for my time. I really, really have. I've been. You'll see a photo on my Instagram how fat I was, and how in shape I am now. Like, this is the best shape I've been in. I believe I've never fought 8 rounds. By the way, I've only ever done 4 rounds. I accepted an 8-round fight with an undefeated fighter. So I think people need to respect that as well, because not many people that have took a bad loss are going to go and they want to rebuild properly and whatnot. I'm jumping straight into the deep end. I've never been to Dubai in my life. I've come over to his back garden where he's the golden boy. I've seen it all with the commissioners and the WBC and whatnot. It doesn't faze me. If I'm honest with you, Kugan, the plan isn't for the fight to go 8 rounds. If it does, I'll convincingly beat him. But yeah, we're ready. I want to say a big thank you to all my campmates at Edge, Jim, Will Jones, Ian Chegwedden, my strength and conditioning coach and my nutritionist. They've got me in tip-top shape. I'm fit, I'm ready to go, and I believe it's a Ben win on Sunday night.
Not long to find out. Probably about 36 hours, shall we say.
What a good amount of time to refuel, because this guy doesn't look like he's got anything on him, in the sense he's got no meat on him. And he said, you know what he said that I found really funny? I've watched back. He said, I'm going to break my hand on your rib, he said to me, yeah, in the first round. And I thought, that's no good, is it, really? If you break your hand on my rib. Surely he meant to say, do you know what I mean? Because, all right, if he wants to fight with a broken hand for 7 rounds, that's absolutely fine. But it's going to be a real good night. I'm really looking forward to it. Thank you for everyone supporting me also. My Instagram. Thank you for everyone that hates on me and is going to leave hate comments on this. You lot are also amazing. I love every boxing fan, and I'll see you all on Sunday night.
Do you know when I knew this was a big fight for you?
When?
When your mother rocked up here.
My mum rocks up everywhere with me. We are joined at the hip. Like, if I'm honest with you, if it wasn't for my mum, I wouldn't be sat here today, and that's the God's honest truth. The God's honest truth. If it wasn't for my mum, I don't know where I'd be. I'd probably in jail or dead. I know a lot of people say it and whatnot, but that is, Mum, yes or no? Yes. She's with me now, yeah. But yeah, if it wasn't for my mum, I would not be here today. And that's how you know it was a serious fight. The minute she's anywhere, it's serious, you know? It's serious. So I'm going to put on a great display for my mum, and when I win, that fight's dedicated to her.
Okay. Harley, thank you very much for talking to IFL TV. Yeah, like I said, the way that people will see will be later on today at some point. UK time, I don't know. Yeah. And Lee Eaton's on his way on a plane right now as we speak as well. He lands at 8 o'clock, so yeah.
Yes. Lee Eaton, I love him, I can't lie. He annoys me, but we annoy each other. But we love each other. Do you know what I mean? He's
To be fair, he annoys everyone. So. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I was thinking, have I just said that on camera? Oh, that makes me feel a lot better.
By the way, this camera, anything negative about Lee Eaton, you're more than welcome. Crack on.
No problem.
I'll join in as well.
Nah, got to show respect for Lee, because he makes things happen. And one thing he does, he puts his fighters first, from what I've experienced. And I'm very grateful to Let's Go Management. Also, John Clark, who's now on board with Lee. I fact, my whole team that I've got around me at the minute, I mean, my cousin Cade has been with me throughout the whole camp. He really has. He's been there when I've been training. He's got up with me. He's gone on runs with me. I've got a really good support system, which I didn't have in place before. So now is where I can shine, you know. The nitty-gritty we do tomorrow. I'm confident, KUGAN. I really am. And I think that's because it's probably one of the only camps I have not left any stone unturned. I've done everything properly, and the best man will win on the night.
Like I said, not long to find out. Harley Benn, thank you very much for talking to IFL TV, and yeah, we'll definitely catch up with you, I suppose, now after the fight. You know, I think the talking's nearly done. Yeah. Well, it is done now. It's just about fight night tomorrow night, Sunday night here in Dubai.
Big up IFL TV every single time. Thank you.
I'm going to share something with you. That might put me in a very negative light, yeah.
Relationships are not my forte.
See if someone grabbed up my wife or something completely different ballgame.
I'll walk away from it, and this has been like a therapy session.